Boom. So this is the last session, basically, and so we have been doing this since the first open source design dev room, and it's basically just as you could see on the schedule, just a session to pitch your own project. And to ask for design help. So if you have an open source project where you need any design help whatsoever, like a logo or some interaction design or just a design review or something like that, yeah, this is your chance now to pitch your project. It's just voluntarily anyone who comes up. Like I know some people who already want to show their project, right? You, for example, and so you just have 3 minutes. Just quickly explain what. Yeah, it's hardcore. So we don't have a lot of time. So just quickly, be concise. Describe what your project does. You can come up here and just open your website or your GitHub or any repository or whatever. Just quickly explain what your project does, how you need design help, and how to contact you. And you have 3 minutes. That would be cool. And also, if you come up here and present your project, we also ask you to, if you didn't do that already, afterwards go to our jobs page and submit that what you presented as a job posting. So it's also there for anyone who doesn't attend right now. Okay? So who wants to go first? Koala? Okay. Okay, so who else also wants to go? I saw some hands, show of hands. Okay, cool. Okay, nice. Okay, you want to go first? Yeah.
Nobody else what?
Oh. Okay. All right. Yeah. I will just hold this here. Okay. Who has the time? Does someone of you have the time? Or okay, great. I'll hold it for you.
Okay. So this is about Koala. Koala is like a meta linter. So you may know linters is like usually one tool doing one specific kind of analysis on one language. So you usually need more of those, and you don't want to use multiple of those tools. Koala is like a meta linter, and it basically uses those tools for you. It's one unified user interface for 66 programming languages, and usually more than one analysis available for every language. We need design help in terms of usability. What we basically want to do is a usability test. So all that you get from me right now is koala.io. That's our website. And I want you to set that up for a project to do something reasonable with it and figure out if it works for you or not. Especially if it doesn't work for you, you can fill in the results at koala.io/usability, or you can just file as an issue. So it's very simple. Go to koala.io and later to koala.io/usability.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Remember to also put that in the jobs board. Yeah, very cool. So you at koala.io/usability there will be like a questionnaire.
Yeah, it's a Google form.
Okay, cool. I mean, it's not cool that it's a Google form, but I guess it's okay.
Email me. Just ask for my card or.
Okay, who's next?
I'll do something with Koala. So, like, there's a project building up on Koala, so maybe it would make sense to get it right now.
Maybe yes. Okay. So whoever wants to come, just come up. Like, I don't pay attention who raised their hand. Right. Just come up. Yeah.
So you got a rough idea of Koala now.
Just sit down here.
There is no more letters than it.
Yeah, sorry, I made the letters blank. I'm a real hacker.
I can't type.
Oh, it's a German keyboard too. I'm sorry.
Is it?
Oh, that's good.
Oh yeah, maybe don't open those tiny URLs. I don't know where they lead.
I'm just searching for my answer. Alright, so you got a rough idea of Koala now, and so you haven't seen anything of. Okay, cool, thank you. So you got a rough idea of Koala. With Koala, there's something we want to do, like we want to integrate it into GitHub, so it's actually usable. It's very so we can have a seamless integration into GitHub, and you can see the comments which are by the linters produced by Koala are right in GitHub. So the idea is that it would look like something like that. So that's the product we want to do. Oh my God, you can't see it at all. Ta-da! Ah, here it is. So that's the eventual outcome. So not much design work to be done there because it's GitHub basically. But what we are thinking about is how to do a nice configuration. And so that's our approach for the configuration so far. Yeah, we're not designers. It's basically not pretty nice. We just tried something, but we really would need some feedback on that. How to make that, how to make a good experience for the users on that point. So there will be a questionnaire at
just at koala.io/gitmate.
At koala.io/gitmate. And if you have any feedback on that, if you would like to contribute to this summer, would be very happy to see you at koala.io/gitmate or visit us at gitmate.io. Thank you very much.
Cool. Okay. Just go there and open your open the project page.
Will
Yeah, just close that maybe. Yeah. Yeah, or just open it there. Yeah. You need to click. Yeah, it's a bit. Sorry. Can you hold this?
Yep. I'm Michael from Friendica. Friendica is a decentralized social network. We are here, well, we exist for several years. You might know Diaspora. We can talk to them as well. We are open source based on PHP and co. And we really desperately need help for designers. For example, this homepage here is kind of ugly shit. It's totally old, and we tried to do a new homepage that looked where we really rewrote everything, and it looks even uglier because it's just and so we really need people who are willingly to help us just do the just for new users, for people who are interested in it, so that they don't see this mess and say, what the fuck? So yeah, so that they can do the first step, can see, oh yeah, that's looking nice, and yeah. And this is one of the things. Other things would be maybe if there are people who are good in user experience stuff and so could have a look as well at our system. Could try like in one of the other talks where this was where one could ask people for testing why people are creating an account but never come back, and this whole stuff. This would be totally appreciated, this help.
So where to dive in? Like how to contact you? Like where is your code or your
our code
landing page or something?
Our code. These are all some weird, ugly things. I don't know where the email addresses point to. So best would be on GitHub. Your keyboard is really cool.
Yeah,
I
I painted it black. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is this Dvorak or something?
Huh? No, it's German.
and it's
Really almost Dvorak.
Even more confusing.
German
yeah, but most things. So this is the address /Friendica/Friendica, and we could be reached over, of course, contacting here with issues and so on. And of course, I will try to add a job entry as well.
Cool.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yep.
I can also type for you. Yeah, disregard my history or whatever. I hope you didn't see anything incriminating. Sorry? Oh yeah, that's true. Oh shit, there's a video.
Hello, I'm Holger from the Reproducible Builds project. Reproducible builds are about free software is nice because we can modify the sources, share the sources, edit the sources, and pass them on. But nobody uses sources, we use binaries, and we need to believe that a binary comes from a given source. And the way to overcome this belief is enable everybody to rebuild this exact same binary. So this is Reproducible Builds. It's a technical project, and we are looking for a logo. And so I'm Holger from Debian, but involved is Arch Linux, Baserock, Bitcoin, Coreboot, Debian, F-Droid, FreeBSD, Fedora, Geeks, Lead, NetBSD, NixOS, OpenSUSE, OpenWRT, Tails. So we are looking at logo for this Reproducible Builds project for everybody, and we have a page describing the logo, which is.
Should I hold it on my computer?
So we have a page in the Debian wiki, just search for Reproducible Builds logo, which is not the right page.
Oh yeah, there.
So there are 16 ideas for Reproducible Builds logos. Some are usable as logos, some are not.
Some are for the Olympic Games.
Yeah, something. I like this idea, but it's not a logo. This is also nice. Or this. Or the rabbit was reproducing. I don't know. You can mail me. My name is Holger from Debian. Thank you.
Cool. Nice, thank you. Just one question. How long are you looking for a logo? Because you have all these ideas already?
Until we have a good one.
No, I mean, since how long?
Since when the web page is like 2 months old.
Oh, okay. All right, okay. So it's reasonably fresh. So, okay, cool. Oh, the slash is, I think, here. Yeah.
It wouldn't be so bad, but all the keys have the symbols rubbed off, so you can't
Yeah, I'm
see what
sorry.
you're typing.
It's because I'm a real hacker.
What is this? Centralize your online presence. What good is that? I need to show off this. Whatever. Okay.
Yeah, about me as a proprietor. So.
That's not helpful at all. Okay, so this is me, Daniel Quinn. Anyone here played with a game called Gowalla? Do you remember it? It was a while ago. No? It was a great game. I fell in love with it. And then they sold out to Facebook, and Facebook was like, screw you guys. And they just closed the whole company, stole the staff, and imported them. So when it died, my friend and I got very upset, and we wanted to bring the game back, but we were going to make it better. And my friend, she had this brilliant idea. She was going to come up with this really cool game that basically, years later, some other company came along, came up with something. You may have heard of it, Pokemon Go. Between the time that she had the idea and the time that they came out with it, I started writing it. And I swear to God, like 4 years ago, I had a fully functional API. It was the coolest game ever if you really liked talking to JSON APIs. But it was this cool game where you could walk down to the water and it would know that you're near water, and it would check the position of the stars and change the monsters near you based on that. There was leveling, there was upgrades, and all kinds of stuff. It's still there. It's all on GitHub. You can play with it if you like. But it's just an API. It's really ugly. I need it to be sexy. I need pictures. I need illustrations, and anything that's prettier than an API. So you're raising your hand. I'll go ahead. What? Oh no, not at all. Because copyright. Yeah, well, that's the other thing. But the thing is Pokemon is kind of the problem because the creatures themselves are limited. The way the game is designed for us is they're designed to just be, we can add new breeds of creatures based on other aspects that we can get. So, for example, right now, with your Latin longitude, I can get the position of the stars in the cosmos. I can get the current weather where you are. I can get the historical weather you are, so figure out whether or not it's colder than it used to be and generate a different cold monster or not. The region you are nationally, so the monsters all have regions. There's also like 1 in 100 chance that you may pick up a tourist. So you're in the UK and you're collecting monsters and they all have little UK flags on them, but every once in a while one's from Japan. And now you get this idea, you want to go all around the world and collect monsters from all around the world. So like all of this stuff it was fun for people like me who like to collect things. So I want to just make the game so I can play the game. But if any of you guys would also like to play the game, or perhaps make some money if we can actually make it into a functional object, that would be awesome. But yeah, come get a hold of me. My contact info is hidden by that totally useless thing at the bottom. So just look at me. I'm danielquinn.org. Go to my website there, and you can contact me through that. Thanks.
Cool. Thank you. Let me know if you need help typing. The T is here, I think. Yeah.
Okay,
Or
and
is it-
command,
There is no
like
sign.
new tab. Okay, it's not. No problem.
You can just open it in that tab.
Yeah.
Control A.
Yeah.
And,
Control A.
oh, it's Control A.
Control.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's such doesn't change. And dot.
Yeah.
And hi, I'm Christian Frisson. It means shiver in English or Fieberfrost in German.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm a researcher in human-computer interaction at INRIA in Lille, and I'm developing a tool to help UX researchers and HCI researchers to observe how people use their own apps. So I'm going to introduce it by two use cases. Some time ago, I was working on a project consisting in observing how sound designers find sounds, explore sounds, if it was like in grids or lists. But if the tools that are available to record this are like a QuickTime Player or other tools, but you cannot get the clicks and like input from the keyboard. You cannot extract it as a separate file for analysis, so it's not convenient to annotate everything by hand. And so we wanted to develop another solution. Like it's going to be really small, but it's a browser that combines similarity of sound based on tags and based on the sound itself. So to evaluate it, like, for usability, we wanted to do a quantitative analysis, and then we had to compare this application with another one that they used, and maybe some of you might have recognized, but I guess not, it's too small. This is Pro Tools from DigiDesign Avid. There are no user logs available, so we had to reverse engineer some. So at last, this is the app I'm working on. It's called Inspector Widget. Like there is a reference to a famous animated series like back in the days. So the idea is this is the recording of the desktop of anybody's computer, and by using a Scratch-like language, we can program annotations and then browse the video in synchronized to these annotations. For instance, this is the file browser of Pro Tools. How can we see when people are like browsing for sounds, making some queries to find sounds, playing back? So if we don't have access to the the DOM for web applications or the structure of widgets, how can we do that? So we select regions and we extract them from the video. Okay.
Just, how do you need design help?
So I would need people that would help for the design of the application, but more so users that are designers themselves that might use this tool for contextual inquiries or usability testing. I would want them to try it. For now, I mean, I'm almost the only developer of it, so it's only available for Mac. Sorry, but well, I would need help from the developers as well. And the time is up, but thanks. And if you want to reach me, well, the project is on GitHub. And sorry. Well, if you browse this website, my contact is going to be visible somehow.
Cool.
So thank you.
Nice. Okay.
Hi everybody, my name is Rio and I'm from the DAISY program. Basically we try to build the internets of energy and make energy as a common, basically. We're a team of something like today 10 10 people. It's an open design program for people who consider energy as a common. And what we are trying to do basically is to work on at 3 levels. One level is the hardware level, how you can monitor the consumption and the production of energy and make it sensible or has a representation for it for the users and for the people who are directly in touch with energy, let's say. This is the first level. The second level is the software level. So we worked on with a kind of blockchain technology called Ethereum, basically, and what we're trying to do is basically how you let's say design an infrastructure for people to share, to directly share or sell energy to each other instead of, let's say, selling their energy to the grid or to another producer. So this is basically the project on which we are working on. We are looking for help from designers, first of all for the design of the contributions, because we like, well, this project is open source, so we like people to get involved in both the design of the interaction between the people and the energy, actually. So this is the first thing. The second thing is that we need design help to basically design the governance of the energy. What we are trying to do is basically to build a micro scale or a microgrid energy grid. And one of the things that is quite complicated is how you deal with the local marketplace, actually. And this local marketplace has to be, let's say, has to have governance that is rightly designed for interaction between the peers, that is to say the producers, the grid operators, the citizens, etc., etc. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Okay, your last one, I guess, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
No, just hold it. I can just hold it for now. We should go already?
Why is this French? Okay. So, hi, I'm TG. We are working on the GNU Thaler project, which is a free software project for implementing a payment system that allows anonymous payments, but receiving the money is not anonymous. So we have this website, thaler.net. You can find the developers page on yeah, it's here. So just very briefly, the system looks like the way you would use it. You have a bank account with, for instance, euros. You withdraw coins into your wallet, which runs in your browser or mobile phone. These are anonymous coins that each represent a euro, or it can be tied to dollars or whatever else as well. So this system is not a currency, but just a payment system. So it is intended to replace credit cards and PayPal and similar systems. So what happens in the system is that you have your bank and exchanges your currency to anonymous coins, and you pay with your anonymous coins to merchants, and the merchants can go back to the exchange and get back the euros or whatever currency you have. And so what we started doing, we have started implementing the whole system, and we have a browser extension using the web extensions API. And what we need help with is designing the layout and the design of the extensions pages. We have these browser pop-ups in the corner usually. So we have where we need to display the current balance and the confirmation pages for payments, things like this. So all the layouts, so it's HTML, CSS basically design work that we need help with. And so if you go to thaler.net, on the developers page you can find the contact information. We have a mailing list, discussion. So we have this mailing list. You can send a message there, and if you would like to help with the design of the web extensions. That was it mainly, and thanks.
Cool. Thanks. Okay, so that was it. So everyone who asked for design help now, please go to opensourcedesign.net/jobs, and there's a link to post a job, and it's basically just adding like a markdown file to a repository. So you just put in the info there, and I think we even have do we have this form up already? Okay, yeah, so it's even a form, not a markdown file and blah blah.
Link for the form in the middle of the screen.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Right, and basically, like kind of also a job, or if you want to contribute, like we're an open collective, so we're on github.com/opensourcedesign. If you want to get involved, yeah, it's all open to contribution.
And just a quick question: do you think it's a good idea also next year to have this kind of this dev room for open source design? Okay. So thank you so much.
So yeah, thanks a lot. So hopefully see you next year, and yeah, if you want to give a talk, just yeah, hand it in, and check us out on Twitter also.